Finland is one significant step closer to NATO membership, with the President and Prime Minister today announcing their support for joining the alliance.
The war in Ukraine has fried the nerves of the Nordic nation, which is searching for more security. Europe correspondent Lisette Raymer reports from Lviv.
Death is a daily caller in Ukraine. The bombs blast, the homes crumble, the survivors stand in shock. Russia continues to rip apart families and hearts and innocence. This in the eastern city of Zaporozhye, but also in the west, where the weeks of peace are over. Lviv was once considered the safe haven of Ukraine, but this is the scene of 7 lost lives. The gravity and grief of this April blast is still plain to see.
This is where the missile hit, but its impact has been far-reaching. An entire car yard destroyed, 7 lives stolen, and the last remaining sense of safety Ukraine had shattered.
The indiscriminate attacks in every corner of Ukraine are exactly why today Finland announced plans to join NATO without delay.
During the past months, the public support for NATO membership has soared in Finland, being now somewhere around 70%.
Russia is too close for comfort. The two countries share a 1,300-kilometre border, and Finns are worried they could be the next neighbours at war.
Putin started it, so he is affecting that we are joining NATO now. It's great news. It's about time.
But Russia has already responded. Finland must be aware of the consequences, it warned. If it joins, Russia will be forced to retaliate. It's an ominous threat because the world knows better than to assume it is an empty one.
I'm worried about everybody's safety around here. That's my concern.
Just after dawn, Kiwis Ron Mark and Owen Pormana began their drive towards the danger on day 2 of their humanitarian mission in Ukraine.
Beautiful day.
It was beautiful, but trying.
Unfortunately, our van's broken down.
Vehicle trouble and the mounting fuel crisis plagued the convoy.
We've stopped at another petrol station, and again there's another long queue.
But by late evening, the 80 tonnes of donated food had made it to the east.
It's been 13 and a half hours, and we finally arrived.
The hard part is over. Now the harder part begins, getting that food to bunkered down Ukrainians and getting them out.
Well, Lisette joins us now live from just north of Lviv. And kia ora, Lisette, there's been an update from the United Nations.
Yes, 6 million people have now officially fled Ukraine. Most of those people are still going to Poland, and that number is still expected to continue to rise up to 8.3 million people. Bear in mind that would be on top of another 8 million who have been displaced internally. So all in all, as it stands, a third of the Ukrainian population has now been forced from their homes. When you consider some of those scenes and stories we've had coming out of places like Mariupol, it's perhaps no surprise that the United Nations also revealed that they estimate a further 13 million Ukrainians are trapped in their homes, unable to leave even if they wanted to. Now that's due to destroyed roads, destroyed infrastructure, and the ongoing sustained shelling in some of these areas. It goes to show just how critical that continued humanitarian aid is, those efforts like what the New Zealanders are involved in at the moment and what a lot of New Zealanders have donated to. It is just so important to get help to those hopeless places.
Europe correspondent Lisette Raymer live from Ukraine. Tēnā koe.